Let's go.
Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
It's good to see everybody together again. It's awesome.
Yeah, I just got out of the loony bin, so that's why I was missing last week.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Sometimes you got to package pile drive somebody. It's, fast food's supposed to be fast. God damn it.
I was going to say, it looks like you lost some weight there too, Kruger.
Looking good.
About 180 pounds of dead weight, but
Nice.
yeah. So
yeah, we got a stacked show tonight, but we kind of have some breaking news today, which pretty relevant also to our genre. And that is everything's getting canceled, but movies this time. Todd.
Pugs is the one who broke the news to me.
I'm inconsolable. I'm super fucking irritated, actually. Okay, so how it got started was the whole Batgirl not getting released, and then Todd informed me that Scoob was on that same shopping block, and then House Party, and then I saw they removed 6 movies off of HBO Max. Well, what the fuck's going on here? So then the new guy that's in charge found a tax loophole to get rid of some of these movies, and in order to keep that money that they lost, to get that back anyway, they can never release them. So like that night. Also, Batgirl started off as a $7 million movie, ended up being a $90 million investment, and they're calling it a loss. So that's the reason why. Also, they said the movie's not working. But that's why shit like that, they found the tax loophole, gone forever. But some of these are being pushed, so fingers crossed. I was inconsolable. I'm probably just rambling right now because I'm still mad about it. Michael Keaton's Batman, and yet Ezra Miller's still the fucking Flash. What the fuck's going on here?
Pugs, get ready for another round of disappointment.
Honestly, that should have been shelved before the fucking Batgirl. But anyway, so this is going to affect Evil Dead Rises and shit like that. So that's why we're bringing it up here. So take the floor.
It's already affected Salem's Lot. They got bumped a year. They haven't said anything about Evil Dead yet. We do know it tested last week or the week before with positive reviews or positive feedback, I guess is the right word. But beyond that,
real quick, Zombie, the movies that were removed were the Witches remake,
Super Intelligent.
Yeah, that one pandemic movie we saw with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
can't remember. Some other shit.
Scoob 2 and
no, Dan, we're not.
The movies that were taken away from HBO Max. I don't know if they're coming back or not, but
my bad.
Well, they are available to purchase on digital. They're on physical media. What I heard with that was because they didn't perform well enough streaming, they pulled them and they can get a partial tax rebate. So I don't think that means those are going to disappear. I think they're just pulling them from their streaming because they didn't make enough.
I'll be honest, that I do not understand whatsoever how that would make any difference when that Anne Hathaway thing's like 2 years old, isn't it?
If they projected X amount of money and it didn't get it and they found some loophole, that's fine. Yeah. I did find a picture of the studio today though, if you haven't seen it.
I have not.
All right. There we go.
You fucker.
that's pretty great.
Also, that mural has been gone for a while, and that breaks my heart. You just hurt me twice.
My bad. All right, but here's the other stuff I got. Okay, the rumor, because the Warner Brothers presentation Thursday, what's rumored that's going to happen is HBO Max will be folded into Discovery Plus, not vice versa.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't read that part.
And probably as the HBO tag. that they're getting rid of HBO Max scripted, overall streaming focus on unscripted content, and HBO will stay as is as a premium channel. So my gut says that those surviving Max's show, like a Peacemaker, will just get slid over to HBO's production section.
But that will still be available in Discovery Plus?
I'd assume so. If Discovery Plus goes just by HBO, which is what they're saying, it'll flop all the material to there and then call it HBO, I guess, is what they're saying.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that because Discovery bought it and they like their layout for their streaming. They think it's easier to import it. I don't know exactly how it's working. Kind of like the same thing Dan had to go through for WWE Network and Peacock.
Well, fuck, that's gonna suck then.
Right. Well, right now Max is my favorite streaming service.
Yeah,
The layout
mine
easy to
too.
use. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we're in the same situation.
Oh, and also, Blue Beetle is in jeopardy because that just finished principal photography, but they didn't spend as much money. But I'm fingers crossed. I mean, come on, all the Latin people, make some fucking noise.
Dude,
Aren't they kind of scraping the barrel on that? Wasn't Blue Beetle the one that got killed by Doomsday in like 2 seconds in the comics?
Yes, it is.
Dude, I hate Blue Beetle
No.
for fucking
Who
having
is
to play as
there?
him in Injustice too.
Who is Blue Beetle? Like, who's playing him?
Fucking Miguel from Cobra Kai.
You're
Silo, whatever.
Okay,
But-
Miguel. Got it.
Tomorrow, Thursday they're making their big announcement of all the stuff. So I'll either be suicidal or I won't. Those movies are fine.
The one thing though, I don't know, like HBO Max had a separate division for producing content.
Yeah, the
So
new
I'm
guy, he wants to streamline everything. Like he doesn't feel all these movies are up to par. Like he's actually on Henry Cavill's side. He wants to bring him back for like Superman stuff, but like, dude, don't scrap the other shit. Just find a way to make it work.
Well, they've been having, I mean, it's pretty obvious everyone knows the multiverse concept at this point. They're fine doing different things. I get, though, also not wanting to ruin the DC, what they want to do, but we don't know what they want to do at this point. But to totally scrap a movie, it like
They get their money back. They lost no fucking money. Just nuts.
Yeah, other executives are like off the record are saying it's unheard of. No one's ever done something like this.
Yeah, but they got smart ass lawyers now.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you that this is the industry we live in now. It's about content, zero anything else.
Yeah.
So, and that's what's wrong with cinema today.
Oh yeah.
It's all content.
Is any shot we get this leaked? I mean,
there's
you would
always a
think.
shot.
I don't think it'll be fast, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Fuck.
I told Pugs I'm like, I hope Marvel does a big FU and releases Fantastic Four because they're getting all this press for that movie now because people
Best on-screen Doctor Doom to date.
I say best on-screen thing. I love that cast.
I can co-sign that too.
Okay. He looks dead on for me.
Yeah.
God, the movie's bad, but in a good way. And honestly, the story just got retold. But yeah, it'd be funny if they did. So
I'd rather this be happening to Marvel. I'm sorry, Bugs.
I don't want to happen across the board, but yeah.
But
The
Evil
Salem's
Dead
Lot.
Rise is about.
Dan doesn't like when other people get enjoyment out of stuff he doesn't like. If no one's noticed yet.
Nobody. But do you really think that Batgirl looked good?
I don't know. I hadn't seen anything.
I know you're excited
I was
for
looking
Keaton,
forward to it.
but-
Dude, Brendan Fraser was going to be Firefly. Fucking rad.
I don't even know Firefly
Michael
is.
Keaton is Batman. I mean, that's all
Yeah.
you need.
So, but they did. They are either they agreed or the negotiations for almost the entire cast to come back and reshoot a different version of this movie. So
For this one,
for Batgirl. I know we're supposed to talk more horror though.
I know. Well, right now the only thing that's really affected is Salem's Lot. I'm upset about we lost our House Party reboot, but at the same time I am okay with that. And we did get a request to do the House Party franchise show, so maybe I don't have. Well, we'd have to wait for the next one.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, that's all I got on that.
I got a
It's a
chapped
bummer.
ass.
Hymns are beautiful. Just wait in on this. his opinion, the future is free with ad streaming services. And that's
Well, no, they did mention they want to keep their PVOD service, their premium. So we'll get some focus on it. Doesn't mean we won't get a like a Paramount Plus model where we get, adless.
Oh, the movies are adless, and then some of the shows are
right.
commercial.
Well, I mean, because you have Peacock does it. I just said it. Paramount Plus does it.
Plus.
So
or do the Disney model where, like, for the first 2 months you can pay $30 to own it. I've done it.
They don't even redo that. They don't. They totally abandoned that. They haven't done that since
in a while, but I did it.
Well, yeah. Yes, streaming basically has become cable, but we pay more, Ben. But
and I still pay for cable.
I know my cord's this close from getting cut.
Isn't it just down to WWE now?
It's that, but also my mom watches her trash shows. So
yeah,
they have a plethora of these trash shows in Paramount Plus. I'm just
I don't want to teach her. I'm paying for convenience.
I think that's what keeps cable holding on, because
it's an age bracket that definitely hasn't let it go.
Jesus Christ, dude! Trying to teach like an old person how to use a streaming service is the worst shit ever.
It's not hard to teach it. It's sometimes it's not reliable.
Hard to learn, Dan.
You are.
yeah, Dan. We have to go through this shit with you every time we fucking get.
Do you remember how long it took me to teach you how to put a file on a flash drive?
Yeah, I got there.
4 hours.
I got there.
4 hours of my life. That should have been, Dan, take the flash drive, stick it in the computer, drag and drop.
There was more to it.
That was it. That was
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Oh, right. I had to tell him how to download a file from G Drive first. So open it, click it, download.
I'm old school. You're also like Skynet's coming. So I'll be laughing.
All right, enough of Dan's technology disability.
Okay, yes, we should probably I don't have anything more on this. As of now, Evil Dead Rises has not been affected.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I'm a little nervous. That's the only thing I really care about.
I think the fact that it tested well is a good thing.
Yeah, Aquaman 2 tested well, Shazam tested well. So, like, anything that does, they'll be put out just fine. They may move a month or two, but those, like, big tentpole movies they're coming out. So Evil Dead is a guaranteed fucking at least get your money back. So I think they're okay.
Well, that was talked about for streaming. I thought that was a Max original. I wonder if they slide it into the theatrical thing for next year.
Well, that's how Batgirl started.
Yeah.
So
as long as we know what's going on with it, we'll be fine. Or I'm not just stuck in the wind like Toxic Avenger.
No update on that.
Netflix is the last thing I heard from Lloyd.
Yeah,
he was talking about it. So
maybe you get it for Christmas, Todd.
Well, it could still drop in October.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
if it's on Netflix, especially because they don't give you a long. They don't always give you a long heads up.
I don't know that it doesn't feel it's a weird one for Netflix, but I guess with Texas Chainsaw Massacre and starting to feel more like Netflix.
All right.
But, So yeah.
But
anyways,
speaking of streaming services, thank you, appreciate it. Shudder and Moloch.
Shudder and Moloch. Yes. All right. So Moloch from writer director Nico Vandenbrink. Moloch follows Beatrix lives at the edge of a peat bog in the north of the Netherlands. When she and her family are attacked by a random stranger one night, Beatrix sets out to find an explanation. The more she digs, the more she becomes convinced that she is being hunted by something ancient. All right. So I'm very passionate about this one, but I'm gonna one way or the other. I won't tip my hat. But Kruger, what did you think of?
We know your passion, Dan.
Yeah.
Child sacrifice, all about it.
Yeah. So I liked a lot of what this had going on. The whole story with Moloch and the lore going on with the town and how this family's kind of cursed with this cloud of death that keeps following them. I really liked all that. And the twist in the final act, I thought was well done. There was, it's kind of hinted at throughout the story, if you're paying attention, and like there's things that seem off, and and it all makes sense once that twist comes into play. But there was one thing that kind of just left me disappointed, and it was like probably the last maybe 10 minutes of the movie, when the entity got revealed. Kind of shitty CGI looking entity, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I would have preferred something more like I don't know, I was just expecting some cool demon to come out, and that's kind of not what we got. But overall, it is a good story, and I can see a lot of people enjoying it more than I did. I think I just I was invested with everything that was going on, then the ending just kind of was lackluster for me.
Ben Grimm. Also, according to Wikipedia, Moloch is the brother of Bagul from Sinister. All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, fucking Moloch's way cooler.
Well, now Bugs is gonna have a stronger.
Dude, the Moloch oath of hell. Come on. I thought this was pretty goddamn good. The mood of this particular film, spot on. It's fucking gorgeous. Acting is fucking great. The little girl. Oh my god, I just wanted her to be okay. I actually didn't mind the way it ended up looking at the end. I was like, oh, it fit, kind of like a Cinderella shoe. Yeah, it's just really good. Like folky, small town, English and Dutch. That was kind of fun to go in and out of. Very creepy. So, I love the old man. And like, there's a part where he feels bad for doing something. Like, don't feel bad, man. It was you or them. You chose right. So I had a great time with it, and I would recommend watching this, especially it's on Shudder. Press play. What about you, Mr. Todd?
I went in with already, Dan recommended this. I'm not gonna like it, but shockingly, I did enjoy it. The CG at the end didn't bother me, but yeah, just Dan's overwhelming push for this one. Knew it was going to be.
Looking at the end chat, I think I might have.
I had a Moloch shirt, but it's in the hamper, so I'm like, fuck, I wanted to wear it. It wasn't from the movie, but it's about the real Moloch.
All right, Dan, would you like to place the balls on the chin yet?
They're on the chin firmly.
Yeah.
He's got it all in.
Shocker! Who here shocked?
This one definitely seemed like right up my alley. I mean, just Dutch. Full car, certainly look really interesting. But there has been some weak full car this year too, so that's not always a sure thing.
And you had to overlook the fact it wasn't dubbed, so you got that going for you.
But this is just perfectly crafted. This director knows how to build up dread, man. There were some shots in here where you just see like an obscured kind of shadow off in the distance, like out a window. It's just perfect. The mood, everything. This movie hit a home run. And Sally Harmson, who played the lead, Beatrix, one to watch. I thought she was amazing. I thought she just did a fantastic job. I think you'll be seeing her in some big stuff going forward. But yeah, just full car mixed with this, this past family trauma and how it all sort of ties together. And for me, this one, I've watched a lot of really good movies this year, but some of them just don't stick the landing. This year in particular, there've been a few like where I'm just like, it's almost perfect, but just they don't quite stick the landing. This sticks the fuck out of the landing for me. That last shot, I don't want to give anything away, but I thought, oh my God, this is a weird year because there's like maybe 5 films, not to tip my hat on what the other ones are, but that could be competing for like my number one. I think our end of the year show is going to be interesting because I mean they're all so strong, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. But this is, in my opinion, a masterpiece. I think Moloch is one that we will be talking about 20 years from now. I absolutely loved it. Balls are firmly on the chin, and
it just slipped into your mouth,
no
bro.
shame. No shame.
The only thing I disagree with is the 20 years part, because this goes back to the content thing. I don't think anything
Well, if
anything
we're
modern.
talking about anything,
I don't think modern stuff is going to hit that point just because it's just all content now.
no, you might be right, but man,
Unfortunately,
that's more of a society thing because this
We live in a
deserves to be
society.
a very stupid one.
not Dan.
Yeah, no, man. Everybody so far seems to really like this, even if you don't want to go by our opinion. A few people privately have reached out, and yeah, this is a hit so far. I don't know anybody who doesn't like it.
I know two
So-
people that thought it sucked.
Really,
But- One of them has good taste. The other one, I was a little surprised.
okay. No, that is surprising. I did hear this director, by the way, first feature length film, which is amazing. He is known for short films, The Burden, which he's
This is his first feature?
first feature length film. But he's done a ton of shorts. His next film, The Burden, is an adaptation of a short. And apparently James Wan is doing a film adaptation of his short film Sweet Tooth. So I'm definitely going to check out all of his shorts. But man, for me, from top
One of
to
his
bottom,
smaller
this
movies is in
amazing.
jeopardy also. Going back to the WB thing. One of his smaller movies. I forgot which one.
James
but-
Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope this guy gets some more and more projects. I don't know what The Burden's about, but it's already on my most
I think it's
anticipated
gonna-
list.
I think it's going to go the other way, unfortunately, with Warner Brothers. It's going to be more Netflix style, which means
We'll see.
There's
I know.
been a lot of Netflix crap too, for sure. So
that's their brand
yeah.
when it comes to their features. And before Kruger, you say Texas Chainsaw. Pugs, what do we say?
The Burton clock is right twice a day.
There we
And
go.
that was acquired. They didn't that wasn't
That was-
in-house.
Well,
There-
I know
There's a lot of neon infused vomit. A lot of Netflix originals.
or just
recently.
blockbusters that are boring. Like, how do
Yeah.
you screw up a movie with The
Yeah.
Rock and fucking Ryan Reynolds?
I still haven't seen that. Was Red Point?
Yeah.
Gray Man was okay.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
and Wonder
like-
Woman. That was the other one.
I
Right.
like The Rock, but let's not pretend everying he does is brilliant because he really.
Well, I don't think
is.
anything
Everything he does is gold, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think brilliant. Anyone's ever said, "Did you see The Rock's
Or-
brilliant performance?"
Well, wait till
Yeah.
Black
Fast
Adam. Then I
9?
can say that.
I think the horror genre is safe. Moloch, I don't know what the budget was, but it certainly wasn't high. And goddamn, man, I love this so much. Is there anybody in the chat? I saw a few of you weigh in.
Can't wait
Any of you watched it yet? Anybody want to weigh in?
Yeah, some of them have.
I
Uh,
can't wait till we review a Rock movie now.
So shall we rate
Moloch 2 SmackDown coming to Netflix.
this? But
Yeah, let's-
one bad thing about this, though, we didn't have enough child sacrifice. Is if we're going to do Moloch, more dead children.
I
agree.
thought the opening was creepy as hell, but
If
well, yeah,
we-
let's go
yeah.
ahead and rate it. Kruger, what say you?
I am a 3 out of 5.
All right. I am a 4 out of 5.
I am also a 3 out of 5.
Ooh, lower than I thought, Todd. I'm a 5 out of 5.
Not enough dead kids, man.
I think my rating is pretty much on par because I overlooked the played out.
Played out what? What's played out about this one?
He's
The
thinking.
Full core. I'm just over it
Oh.
at this point.
Oh, you just don't.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You don't like.
Yeah, because you didn't
so
like
far.
what was that fucking one that we just watched where the chick was changing into different people?
You are not alone, or you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you
Sounds
like
right.
that one either.
But when there's a good one, there's a good one. So
I think that one though, the pace was slower. I love that one, but this one, I didn't think there were any pacing issues with this. It didn't overstay its welcome. You know, I mean, fuck, I don't even know what the runtime is.
98 minutes, I think.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All right, well, that's Moloch. So moving on to our next film of the evening, we're gonna be covering some Unearthed Blu-rays.
Ooh, and
And-
this one comes out this Tuesday.
Yes,
Hold on.
this Tuesday.
Let me get my titty jar.
Ooh. We should, yeah, titty purses, man.
They make them.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I got-
figured. I was like, the idea occurred to me that I'm like, I know this exists already.
Dude, Unearthed needs to make that a fucking thing you can buy on the site. I have the shitty finger from 29 Needles. So
You're like, can I trade this?
How many of those did they make?
what, the 29 Needles? I can't remember. It was like
Wasn't a high number.
no, it was
No.
like that's why I got it. I didn't even watch the movie. I just got it because it looked cool. But then I realized in the movie it's up someone's ass. So then it made me wonder why I bought it.
May not have wanted the original
But
prop.
hey,
on that
I'm displaying it proud.
All right. So Cat 3. Gonna be talking some Cat 3. That's awesome. And Dr. Lamb, which is a 1992 film from co-directors Danny Lee and Billy Hin Singh. And in this one, an abnormal taxi driver lusts for blood every rainy night, and several young women are killed as a result. The murderer, Lau, likes to take photos of the victims' dismembered bodies as mementos, and Inspector Lee is called onto the case. All right. So, Cat 3, this is loosely based on Hong Kong serial killer Lam Kor Wan. And
In America, it's also known as the Jar Murderers.
yes. And this is also, there's a 1985 Hong Kong film, Hong Kong Butcher, which is also about the same serial killer.
I need to see it.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
This is kind of a theme. We reviewed Untold Story, which also go grab the Unearthed Blu-ray of
Yes.
that.
The investigator is also the co-director of that one too.
Yes, a lot of connections to it. Untold Story, I think, is just a masterpiece.
Yeah.
If you want to dive into Cat 3, check out Untold
That's
Story.
a good starting point. And if you pick up that Blu-ray, there's an awesome Cat 3 doc on the Blu-ray that gives you a shit ton of movies to put on your list.
Yeah, that'll give you a really good overview of the rating system, what Cat 3 is. This is compared to Untold Story quite often, and I'll be honest, Untold Story I think is the best of the two, but a lot of similarities. And I think number one, Simon Yam plays a great serial killer, big star also. This is, if you're unfamiliar with Cat 3, you had Anthony Wong and like all of these guys that were legit stars in Asia. I mean, they were huge. And I think he really sells this movie. I believed that I was looking at a serial killer. I think if you're new to this, though, some of the humor might turn some people off because you've got like Fat Bing.
I fucking loved him. You're in the remake, Dan.
I'll be the American Fat Bing. I'm volunteer right now. Stephen Bureau, let's remake it. Come on.
I'm pretty sure Dan learned how to play with titties in this movie. So.
Dude, that was the funniest shit.
Well, that's a good tag point. I could ramble on about this, but severed titties as the expert on that, Kruger. Severed titties. Hot tag.
Dude, also, like, immediately when I saw that, my mind went straight to the house that Jack built when he throws the severed titty on the windshield. But yeah, Category 3 films are a new thing for me. But every single one I've seen, I've liked, and this is no different. I mean, it's sleazy, it's gory as hell. It has this weird humor to it too. Untold Story does have a lot of that as well, though. So I do think if you like that and the humor didn't throw you off in that one, you're going to enjoy this quite a bit. You already mentioned the acting, especially the guy who's playing the killer. He's just fucking phenomenal. And the way he could just go from zero stone cold face, to 100 maniac howling like a lunatic. Like it was just awesome. Yeah. Also, just in the first couple of minutes of this movie, you're going to be on a fucking roller coaster ride of perverseness and just, really taboo shit. And it didn't disappoint at all. It does start a little bit slower than other Category 3 films I have seen. But once it gets going, I mean, it doesn't stop, and you get some awesome. Like I already brought up the gore. The kills themselves in this movie aren't really like, extravagant, but the aftermath of what he's doing to these bodies, man. I mean, it's sick shit. And if you love sick shit, you're going to love this movie, I think. My only complaint probably would be I wanted a little bit more out of the ending. I think it kind of just ends and you're left wanting something maybe a little bit more extravagant. But overall, this is another home run when it comes to the category 3 genre, and I highly recommend it picking up the Blu-ray, especially if you like the Untold Story and even Ebola Syndrome. Ebola Syndrome is probably the most crazy category 3 film I've seen. But all 3 of those I've seen so far, man, they're such a treat. And I especially if you're into extreme cinema and you haven't seen anything new in a while, these have always been hard to find. So Unearthed is really killing it with putting them out and letting us get our hands on them.
It's sad when you're looking at something like Dr. Lamb and saying, yeah, it's a little bit more restrained.
Yeah, right.
I do. I forgot when Fat Bing is arguing with the female cop and about picking up the severed tits, and he just goes, but you touch yours all the time. I forgot about that.
It was but you got your own.
Yeah.
Fat Bing is definitely a fucking highlight. For me, this is a fucking home run. I agree. This is fucking fun in all the wrong ways. You got child photographs that I did not expect. I was like, whoa. I mean, they found a tasteful way to do it, but still, it's shocking. Although I will say there is one of the victims who puked and she had it coming. That one he's forgiven. So he's only murdered 3 people in my book. The way it's shot, I thought was fucking rad. And there's a scene where the windows are like painted black and there's writing on it and there's light coming through. That just reminded me of like Hellraiser when the things open, just the light shining through. Fucking awesome. And then homeboy going from mild mannered to super fucking psycho and super hard psycho too, because he wasn't saying shit. Oh my god, give this guy an Academy Award retroactively, because Jesus, he's fucking fantastic. And the sister, as goofy as she was great. Everything felt like real but funny. I don't like a sitcom or something. I don't know. I did like it. I fucking love when movies tell stories like this where we do get the aftermath, and the aftermath is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
So this just hit all the right check marks for me. I'm really finding it hard not to like praise it even more, but like it's not up there as good as Untold Story, so I can't. But like it's
that ending though, ooh, they stick the landing on their ending.
Yes,
Untold Story, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that last conversation, I was like, oh man, that was great.
But there is like a sequel or unofficial sequel to this movie that we gotta see at some point. So this is a fucking awesome movie, I think. And Unearthed still doing the Lord's work. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord Byro.
More Cat 3. I hope they get as many of them out as humanly possible. They do a fantastic job on their Blu-ray.
I got money and I need to burn it. So come on.
So,
give me a box.
And you can burn it this Tuesday when it hits Blu-ray and DVD. Yeah, I loved it. I'm just thinking, Kruger, you need a Dr. Lamb manager gimmick. If you ever come back.
That'd be pretty great.
Throwing out titties in the crowd.
Yes.
There will be no women's match tonight.
You know what? No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, then you can go up against Moxley. Battle the Titty Master.
They're all gonna be pierced tits too, if you know, you know.
French Canadian, just throw him in there like
but no, yeah, this is great. I mean, you guys already were putting it over. It's
fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
the rain scenes, dude. The rain, it's beautiful.
It's not Untold Story, and I know we keep going back there, but it's so good. I mean, that's like top tier. This is top tier, but it's not.
It's just different.
Yeah, that's like trying. I mean, it's absolutely rush out and get this one if you like Cat 3. Even if you're new to Cat 3, I think this is an okay entry point too.
Yeah.
As long as the humor will get
Yeah,
some people, it's not going to work for
It
everyone.
also may ease someone into it too.
Yeah, but it still goes pretty damn hard. That's the
It
thing.
does.
Like the tone, the tone for
Well-
some people, it works for me.
Well,
goddamn,
that's how
it
all
works
the
for
Cat
me,
3s
but-
are. The tone's going to be hard on all of them.
Yeah, this
So-
one though, there is a little more than normal. Like there's a few like very
It's just Fat
drastic
Bang.
shifts. but-
And the sister.
we need to make the Fat Bing fan film. It's gotta
I thought
happen.
fan films were stupid, Dan.
They
Yeah.
are,
Can't
but
have it
not
both
Fat
ways.
Bing.
Okay.
God damn it.
Asshole.
Fat
But
Bing. Like I want it
it's-
to be 10 hours.
I do want a
Fat
solo
Bing.
a movie of him though. I think the Adventures of Fat Bing is going to be the shit.
Him just throwing titties at people and shit. Yeah.
Just losing constantly in cards.
I'm literally in just this past like 10-minute conversation, I've come up with like 6 episodes. It'll be webisodes for Fat Bing.
I mean, it's something we can do, Dan. But
Yeah. I just
Talk
want
about
like
later.
somebody like poisoning like local buffets and Fat Bings on it. I've got the whole
No, dude, you
episode
need-
mapped out.
What you need is Fat Bing investigating the aftermath of Ebola syndrome. There you go.
ooh,
There you go.
worlds collide.
That's some good fucking fantasy booking right there. But, why don't we rate this bitch then? Me, I'm a 4 out of 5. I loved it, and that rating may get higher with future viewings too.
I am also a 4 out of 5. So
I am a 4.5 out of 5.
nice.
I am a 4 out of 5. So there you go.
Todd
Great
likes
film.
cut off titties more than we do, apparently.
I
So,
do.
Right on.
Yeah.
It was,
Untold Story and Ebola Syndrome are 5s, by the way. So
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I think I gave Untold Story a 4.5.
No, you gave it a 5. It was
Yeah.
a one big hole.
Well, that makes sense.
So
We have another one that comes out this Tuesday.
we do indeed. And our next film. Wow, this is an interesting lineup tonight. Our next film, which is, I'm going to try really, really hard to get these names right, guys, but it's
Good luck.
it's from Estonia, and it is The Old Man, the movie.
I think it's
from-
actually the Old Man movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it
Not-
listed both ways.
it's
Well,
the
the
Old Man
cover
movie.
says the Old Man movie, and all the PR we got says Old Man movie.
There you go. All right.
We'll go with that.
Old Man movie. You get it. From Unearthed Films, also coming to Blu-ray, from co-directors Oscar Lahima and Mick Maggi. And in this one, an outrageous road movie about the old man and his grandkids in a 24-hour race against time to stop a milky madman hell-bent on killing his prized cow to save the world. All right, so the pitch on this one, I guess for me would be, imagine early Peter Jackson mixed with the Wallace and Gromit films. I think more or less to kind of give you an idea of what you're in for. It's
That's not a bad recipe, Dan. Good job.
definitely a cult film. I'll be honest. At first, it wasn't really working for me. The Wallace and Gromit stuff. I remember somebody insisted that I watch one of those, and I recognized that it's good stuff. It's just not my kind of good stuff. So I was a little worried at first. It wasn't quite connecting, but it won me over. You have to stick with it a little bit. This one has some pacing issues, but by the end, especially when we get to like the hippies, when they come into the mix, I was losing my shit. The pervert tree. I'm just going to leave it at that. The pervert tree. Not quite exactly like Evil Dead pervert tree. It's a little different. But that actually had me. I wasn't drinking milk, but if I was, it would have me spitting the milk out. It was hilarious. And this is a lot of bodily fluids, a lot of just gross, weird shit. There is at least a storyline, though. This is not just all random, imagery. But like, Grandpa, did you see the poop bunny? Was one of my funny lines in this. You have to be in the right mood but I actually liked it. I got a little bit at the beginning, Ghost, but it won me over. The very beginning, I was just like, oh man, this humor's not hitting. It's weird, but not funny. But then it does. You just got to get through that first 15 minutes or so. 15, 20 minutes. Kruger, what about you, Old Man, the movie?
All right, so for me, just right away the dub. We got the dubbed version for the screener, and it was just cracking me the fuck up. Just the way you'd be, I have to do the milking, and like just it was killing me the whole fucking time. The whole feud between the old man grandpa, whatever you want to call him, and the old milker dude that had the cow explode on him, and now he's haunted by his past. It was just watching those two like chase after this cow that's about to explode and go through, like Dan, you said, the perverted forest inside a bear's asshole. So many goddamn different fucked up scenarios.
The flatulent pig, yeah.
He's blowing into a pig like a fucking balloon, and it's farting in his face. Like,
it's cracking a little one up.
If you like silly toilet humor and I guess maybe farm humor, you're gonna have a really good time with this, and I did. Even like and it all pays off really well at the final act too, and it like just has a super satisfying ending, and then we end off with like one last perverse joke about milking grandpa. And yeah, man, this was a good time. It's like, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a Greasy Strangler too, just with how stupid the humor is. But I think if you like stupid humor and dumb,
weird movie night.
Weird movie night. This is a good watch for sure.
It took a minute. I was a little worried because at first I was like, man, is this a little bit more Wallace and Gromit? Are we going to get a little bit more Peter Jackson? And they do, luckily.
Yeah, I was surprised we actually got some gore in here too. So
yeah, chainsaws and I wouldn't pitch it as a horror, an animated
definitely
horror.
not. It's just a weird ass, like fucked up. It's just fucked up, to be honest.
Yeah. The noise the tree was making. I want to clip that.
Make it your ringtone.
How about you, Pugs?
Oh, Todd was gonna say something.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
I lost it. Oh no, I was gonna say this is like the perfect film for the first Unearthed animation release.
Yeah,
they have. This is under that line, but they have released other animated stuff before.
But this is the first under the banner.
Yeah, under the banner of Unearthed Animation. Yes.
Are you a fan, Kruger, of City of Rot? And those actually were re-released by Wild Eye, but Unearthed put them out initially.
I haven't seen City of Rot. I'm trying to think. There was a couple of other ones. I did see one of them that was kind of, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they have put out animated films before. What was that really fucked up one I was just talking about? The weird 3D animation one.
Oh, where the dead go to die.
Yeah, like they put out that.
Okay.
But this for sure, I think this may be the first claymation one for sure.
Okay.
Count me in with you guys. I thought it was fun.
They put out Rock and Roll 2 way back. I forgot about that.
I thought that was Blue Underground. Oh, nice.
No. You're thinking of the other one, Fire and Ice.
Well, I highly recommend Where the Dead Go to Die. Jimmy Screamer Claus, a chiller buddy, did that. And if you want fucked up, that is about as fucked up as it gets, animated or not. So check that one.
No, I've seen it. I don't remember it. Oh, but yeah, this I thought it was good. I was with you though, Dan. I was a little worried. I'm like, where is this going? How are we gonna get there?
Right.
Oh, okay. And then it just an explosion. Was it the Lactocalypse or whatever the fuck they were calling it?
We must save the town from the Lactocalypse.
Yeah, this I don't think it's like a masterpiece by any means, but fucking A, this is fun.
Yeah,
it's very, very fun.
Yeah, obviously not for everybody, but it did win me over. I had a good time with it. All right, well, let's go ahead and rate it. Kruger, what say you?
I was tossed up between a 3 and a 3.5. I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5 for now, but there is room to grow, and I do want to watch it again, but with a group of people.
Yeah.
I do think this is a group watch for sure.
Yeah.
I'm also a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm 3 out of 5 also.
I'm 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Oh, the pervert tree got you.
Slow start, but it won me up. Pervert tree puts it over.
Get them both. You got a perfect Tuesday. if you want a weird extreme one.
Yeah, maybe you want to close on a good mood. Watch like Where the Dead Go to Die, and like just watch if your friends don't all leave, which they very well might with that one. But
yeah, I don't watch that with a group of people. That's you watch with your door fucking locked and making sure nobody's gonna see your television.
Okay, have I seen this fucking movie? Because that seems like something I should be. Let me check.
That's one, like, if you watched it when you were a kid and your parents like found it, they would like take you to like some specialist.
Yeah, you would be going to a mental asylum for sure.
Well, now I'm interested.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, before we go, if you do want to see the Old Man movie premiere in Tempe, Arizona, they are going to be premiering it August 6th. So I unfortunately can't go, but Stephen Byro's going down there. And I think a couple of other Unearthed people, and they're going to be premiering it. So if you look up, I'm pretty sure on their Facebook page, they have a little event for it if you want to go see it for yourself in theaters before it gets released.
Absolutely. Man, I wish I could go down to that. That sounds like a blast. All right. Moving on to our next film of the evening, which is from director-writer Shinichi Fukasawa, and it is from, 1995, but it's a little complicated. We'll get into that. After a surprise phone call interrupts his daily routine, beefy bodybuilder Shinji agrees to meet his photojournalist ex-girlfriend to help with their research on haunted houses. Accompanied by a professional psychic, they visit an abandoned house once owned by Shinji's father. But inside the house, a dark secret lingers, and they find themselves trapped and tormented by a relentless ghost with a 30-year grudge. This was shot in 1995 and not released until 2012. Initially on DVD-R, actually, I believe was the first release.
The first one that I have pressed.
Yeah, there was a DVD-R. I think that might have been overseas. Then there was a pressed one. It's a very complicated.
I know.
Release
it was
history.
weird.
Started shooting in '94. This one was shot on 8mm. It took the director forever to finish this one. It was just one of those things, labor of love. This is the only film that this guy ever directed, and I think it's awesome now that it's holding a cult
mic
following.
drop.
Well, he also acted in another really batshit Asian sci-fi horror movie called Meatball Machine, which you guys should check out. But other than that, this is just kind of a one and done kind of guy, and he was a huge Evil Dead fan. He actually saw Army of Dark. Yeah, he saw Army of Darkness first, fell in love with it, and there's a lot of love on screen here. I think it's actually a very inspirational DIY filmmaking story, and I will say mastered from a standard def source. So this is not going to look like
extra grainy.
I will say this though,
which works for it though too.
It looks better than the UK release because of the MPEG artifacts. So it doesn't look perfect, but this is definitely the presentation.
This is the definitive release that it's as good as it'll ever look. This is very much an homage to Evil Dead. It's barely over an hour.
Dude, in fact, that runtime. I want to blow it just because of that.
Yeah, look, perfect. It didn't need to be longer. I mean, half of it is an extended, gore scene almost towards the end, where just battle, and at one point he even says groovy, which I thought was kind of fun. Always kind of strange. This guy's not very bodybuilder like, so it's
He's
interesting.
on his way up.
He's on his way up. He's on his way up. I respect it. And I really love the effects. Like, even when it was like the plastic foot kicking the guy in the face, all of that for me worked perfectly here. This is one, again, not for everybody. You got to have a love of cheap horror movies. And I liked it. I actually liked this one. I saw it when that first DVD came to our shores like a decade ago now. And it holds up for me. I think it's great. Doesn't overstay its welcome. If you love Evil Dead, hey, pop this on before you watch Evil Dead next time. I think it's a lot of fun. What say you guys?
Go for it, Kruger.
Yeah, no, I had a good time with this. Japanese Ash Williams was pretty fucking great, not gonna lie. And you know, the humor in here is super hokey, and it is actually like just super Japanese. It reminds me of just stuff I've seen in other like horror comedies and sci-fi comedies and stuff. The Deadites at first were a little underwhelming, but as the movie progressed, like the effects just got more and more extravagant, and by the end, you know, I was just all in because I was amazed how much they did with, you know, obviously probably little to no fucking budget at all, and it was really impressive, especially like you said, that final battle scene between Japanese Ash and the Deadites was just pretty sick. Also love the soundtrack. It had this moments where it had this upbeat Japanese rock theme, and it just reminded me something you'd hear like play in the back of a New Japan Pro Wrestling promo or something. And gore looked good. There was an eyeball scene that was like straight up, like that was the turning point of the movie. And it was like, all right, we're here at the party, and this we're gonna see some sick shit. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you like Evil Dead and you're a fan of, you know, just all that splatter, gore, low budget, you know, horror.
Yeah.
Yep.
60 minutes of pure gore and fun. Well, mine is like 10. So like 50 minutes of pure gore and fun. There is no excuse not to press play. Go get this and have a good time. I absolutely adore this fucking thing. I love just the photo and how the face pops up in it. It won me over instantly. So, and then the eye thing that Kruger brought up. Yeah, this is just too good for only a fucking hour.
Was this a first time watch for you? I think this, when we did it, probably before your time. Okay.
Yeah. I've heard about it before, and I was like, do I really want to see it? And you know, now you guys brought up on the show, I'm like, I fucked up. I should have been watching this. I could have been watching this since when? 2012? When the
10 years ago.
It's usually a bad sign because this director literally did everything. I mean, director, star, writer.
Mic drop, dude. That's all. He's like, I got it right. Why do I need to do it again?
And he's great in the movie, though. He's great as, you know, Asian Ash. You know, he was great. And also no shame too. Like he 100% love letter to Evil Dead. He loves. Yeah.
Cliff Booth. The subtitles went by pretty quick was the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because they talk fast on this one.
Yeah. It's not like a super dialogue heavy film.
No, you skip a couple lines, you're still up to speed. Fucking awesome.
Oh wow. Well, I missed this, Ben.
Graham. I remember putting this in the recommend section on the Discord way back in the day when it was first started. Right on. Spread the word.
Yeah, I blame Dan.
What is it? The special or some shit that you recommended, Ben, like a while back. We still need to get around to that.
Yeah.
Which one?
The special.
The special.
I remember
it's
that.
The one. It's the one that looks like the poster looks like a box glory hole with a tongue coming out of
it. Extra wise, well, like I know we reviewed this way before when the DVD first came out. So yeah, my stance is stay the same. I love this movie. You know, reasons you guys already mentioned.
Yeah, it's stacked. All the stickers and everything, very collector friendly.
I'll show that off first, but I'll talk about the disc content first. We have Kruger. You'll be interested. It has a commentary track featuring Adam Green and Joe Lynch.
Fuck yeah.
We have a Japanese film historian James Harper do a commentary. There's behind the scenes image galleries. There's archival image galleries, trailers. There's a special effects video, which is really cool. There's a new interview with the director, which is even, cooler. Now, package wise, I know Dan was kind of here. I'll throw it over here real quick.
You gonna take a blue pill, get bigger?
There we go. All right, so there we go. Comes with the slip cover.
The eyeball.
And I do like this artwork too. The new artwork.
Yeah, very cool.
The back's pretty much the same on both. All right, then we have the disc. All right, now we'll go with the goodies. All right. We got a little booklet. We have a little poster.
Very nice.
So,
Very cool.
Put it on a
put
shirt.
it. I was gonna say you put it in front of your treadmill and work out to it. Comes with some rental stickers, which is cool.
Yeah.
Adults
So-
only.
And comes with a little fake video card.
Sweet.
It's nice. It's a thick plastic too. So that's cool. Old school.
Put it with your old Blockbuster card in your wallet.
I am still annoyed I threw away all my video. I had like 20 video cards.
Oh, God.
Well, we didn't fucking know. Shit.
Well, no, it took me a long time to throw away the tower one. I might actually still have that one in an old wallet.
Leave the memories alone.
I used to save every one of my Tower Records receipts, and at the end of the year, add up how much I spent.
Why would you want to do that to yourself?
Knowing is half the battle, Dan.
It's not like you're going to stop. I mean,
It was the same reason. Well, no, because this is when I was like young, like probably started when I was like 17, 16, just to see. And then like, I don't know, my OCD, now I keep track of everything I watch. It's no different. I keep track of everything I spend.
yeah. I don't want to know. I really don't.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it now. But then it's all CD money. All right, what were we saying? I went off.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and
Rate it.
rate this one. Kruger.
I was tossed up between a 3.5 and a 4, but for now, I'd say 3.5 out of 5 is fair and maybe some room to grow.
I'm a 4 out of 5.
I'll
That time is fucking perfect.
Yeah, again, you have to have a taste for like super low budget stuff, but I think this did just about everything right that it could do. I give it a 4 out of 5 as well. Ton of
Throw
fun.
me down.
Bad
4
shit
also.
movie.
Yeah.
And all right.
We had some
So-
good ones today. Fuck yeah. We were in that shark shit. Ben Grimm. I still have my card right next to my Blockbuster name tag. My brethren. Right on.
Nice.
Pugs. That drops tomorrow.
But we also have TV Terror Talk to discuss next. The latest episode of American Horror Stories, which we really loved the last episode, so we'll see if it held up in terms of quality. And this episode is called Aura. And in this, while alone at home, wife Jaslyn Taylor's newly purchased security camera shows a visitor at her door that only she can see and hear. Jaslyn tries to unravel the mystery of why the visitor came out of her past and why he is now visiting her. All right, so we get some returns of we get a return of a American Horror Story favorite,
Bugs be
Gabourey
good.
Sidibe as Jaslyn Taylor, the wife. Fuck it, just get it out of the way. Pugs, what did you think about Aura?
Well, first you need to pimp out. Go listen to our Patreon commentary impressions.
Yeah, you should totally do
What
that.
it-
Only just $1, and Dan will be uncomfortable the entire time.
That might
What
still
did-
be free. I got to move it.
Oh, so get it while you can.
What did you think of Aura?
So last week, Doll something, that was fucking fantastic. This one, not as good, but still pretty strong. I'm like, if we can keep this energy and quality of entertainment up for the entire run, this will be like the best American Horror Story season in a while.
Well, there's only been 2. One other season.
Best AHS thing.
Oh, like period.
Because
okay.
if they stick it, I'm liking it that much. So I don't think it'll beat Asylum, but like it'll be up in contention. Yeah, I thought it was fucking rad watching Precious get spooked by the cameras for these but you don't know exactly what's going on. But I did feel uncomfortable for her. Like, did bring the creep vibe. So I like that a lot. The twist was a little predictable, but there's something involving a stomping, and I was like, you know what? This is badass. Again, short, under an hour. I had a great time. I hope they keep giving me what I like because I enjoyed the fuck out of this. So, what about you guys?
Sweet. Kruger,
right.
what did you think? Oh, tags.
Todd?
No, go ahead. I was just
okay. Me, I like at first I wasn't really like crazy into the whole relationship aspect of the story, but I did like the main character, and I found her relatable with her paranoia and due to the trauma she suffered as a kid, and now you have this creepy Ring doorbell thing going on.
Not to interrupt you, but I do hope we get that backstory in a different episode.
Yeah, that would be
rad.
cool. Yeah, for sure. The bunny mask guys, yeah, that was definitely want to see more of that. But yeah, I really did like the whole Ring doorbell thing though, because I have seen creepy videos online of just people coming up to your door and acting like a fucking lunatic. So there is something there. I think they used well, and the way it turns into this dark ghost story in the second half was pretty damn cool. Like I like the whole backstory of what
sorry,
went down.
not the timeout. Spoiler alert before we go further, since it's a TV show.
Yeah. You go ahead. Yeah, he didn't mention that.
It hit me, and I know we didn't hit it, so just making sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, the way it turns into the dark ghost story with the husband, ex haunting him, I thought was really cool. And even though it is very, very predictable, like probably from the first 5 minutes of the fucking show that he's going to end up being a bad guy. But overall, I did like this episode. Probably liked it a little bit more than the last one. You can wonder why that last one did not fucking sit well for me. But this one definitely didn't. I'm curious to see how the rest of the season is going to go.
I really like the first one too, but I'm kind of with Krieger on this. I did like this one a little better. Other than a believability factor that we all know and know it's
everyone needs a place to stay.
Okay.
She pays the rent. He's living free.
I think it was the opposite with the couple in this one.
Well, look, the hot one didn't work out. So let's try the other side of the spectrum.
So,
also, her cooking probably the shit.
This is true. So other than that, yeah, I love this one. With the whole Ring,
aura
type camera. Yeah. See you. Kruger goes with Ring. I have.
That's because that's what we have.
Yeah, I know, and I have the other one. So I'm trying to. What is it? It's the name of the episode. What's
Aura?
Aura. Okay, thank you. But yeah, it uses modern technology to create something really cool. So I really did enjoy this one.
We also got a Freddy Krueger tease because the janitor could have went fucking super hard.
It was kind of just like a good old fashioned ghost story with modern tech. I mean, I actually like this a lot. I kind of enjoy that occasional episode that is a little more restrained and just old school. Felt almost like something you could have seen on like Night Gallery or something.
I was going to say, what about yes, it felt like that type of thing, but something more recent, it felt like it would have slid right in with Black Mirror.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I so far so good. I'm really kind of enjoying this, and
I'm waiting for the other foot to drop, man.
I don't really want any more backstory on it, though. Like, no, you gave us
the bunny people.
I get that, but sometimes like you start over explaining, then it defeats the
See,
purpose.
I look at it different on something like this.
You got to leave some mystery.
But I think it's different on this since it's an anthology. You're not going back and remaking anything. It's a standalone episode. And in anthologies, most of the good ones have running lines throughout, like a Trick or Treat or other shows. You'll come back and you'll hit things that are related to another episode. So I look, which is probably why I was the only one who liked the Murder House episodes last time.
Oh, on American Horror Stories, yeah. This,
but I also
so
don't
far
like the original. But yeah, I agree. This one is much better this season.
2 for 2 so far for me.
Yeah.
So
And I liked a lot of last season, but like 2 in a row, strong. Like I don't think I'd have to rewatch the first one, but I don't think there's maybe 4 really strong episodes.
The last season? It was only 2 for me.
I'd have to, but
yeah, I think it got off to a good start, and then last season was just kind of like, you know, I'm glad that they've been so solid so far. So, yeah,
I want
to see more Naomi Grossman back. Got to get her into the mix more. So yeah, American Horror Story Aura on Hulu. So far, so good. And well, we're kind of done a little bit early, but we do have a patron after show at patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. That all starts at just $1, and we give you a lot of great content, a lot more coming there. So we appreciate it. We hope you have a good time. Some programming notes, though. We do have a show tomorrow, more reviews that'll be popping up at 9 o'clock, Todd.
Yes.
9 Eastern. Check that out tomorrow. We also have another Monsters watch along coming this week, and maybe some other stuff as well. It's a busy week here at Flesh Wound Features. So like, share, sub, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Very much.
Notification bell so you know when we're here.
Yes.
So we don't aura your ass.
So we don't aura your ass. Yes. Hit the notification bell. And I believe that's all I've got. Gentlemen, any closing thoughts?
Any spoilers for these movies at all? No?
Yeah.
Unless Kick rocks, then.
We'll see you on Patreon in about 5 to 10, give or take. We'll see you there. Good night, guys.
Good evening.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland.